God is speaking directly to your heart today with a message that carries the weight of destiny itself. The time has come to release everything that has been holding you back, those fears that quietly whisper doubt in your ears, the regrets that chain your soul to the past, the pain you've been carrying like a heavy burden that no longer serves your higher purpose. This moment is sacred, charged with divine power, inviting you to let go with unwavering faith. Imagine standing at the edge of a vast new horizon, where your true destiny waits patiently, shining bright with promise and hope. But to reach that destiny, you must free yourself from the invisible chains that have kept you trapped. Chains forged by fear, by past mistakes, by the voices of others who doubted your worth and your calling. God is calling you now to take a deep breath and surrender all that weighs you down, for it is only when you release the old that the new can flood in. It's not just a gentle suggestion. It is a divine mandate that comes with the full power of heaven behind it. The Spirit moves with urgency and grace, telling you that your breakthrough depends on this act of releasing your worries, your grudges, your fears of failure, and even your attachments to comfort zones that have long ceased to be places of growth. Your destiny is not a distant dream, but a living reality, ready to unfold step by step as you walk forward with courage. God reminds you that holding on to what no longer serves you is like carrying dead weight on a journey meant to soar. Every moment you cling to the past, you miss the divine invitations being sent your way, the opportunities, the encounters, the miracles, the doors that are opening just beyond your sight. You have been prepared for this transition in ways you cannot fully comprehend yet, but the heavens are aligned in your favor, and the angels are cheering you on. Releasing does not mean forgetting or erasing the past. It means freeing yourself from the power it holds over your present and future. It means forgiving those who hurt you, forgiving yourself, and choosing to step forward with a heart unburdened and eyes fixed on the glorious possibilities ahead. God is promising that on the other side of this release is a life overflowing with blessings, peace, and purpose. Your destiny is not just about what you achieve, but about who you become in the process, stronger, wiser, more compassionate, and deeply connected to the divine source that sustains you. So listen closely to this call from heaven. Release what's holding you back. The journey ahead is bright and filled with divine favor, and your destiny is waiting with open arms, ready to welcome you home to the fullness of all that you were created to be. Now is the time to let go, step forward, and embrace the miraculous future God has prepared just for you. The journey of release is not a simple step, but a profound process that engages every part of your being: mind, heart, soul, and spirit, calling you to surrender control and open yourself to the vastness of God's divine plan. Often, what holds us back is not visible to the eye, rooted deep within unspoken fears, unresolved pain, or attachments that seem inseparable from our identity. Yet, God's voice calls out to you now, urging you to recognize that these chains are illusions, fragile and temporary, meant only to teach you the lessons of humility, patience, and faith. Each moment you spend clinging to what no longer serves you only delays the magnificent unfolding of your destiny. Imagine, for a moment, The weight that has been lifted as you consciously choose to release anger, bitterness, or resentment toward those who have wronged you, and equally important, toward yourself. In that space of forgiveness, God floods your soul with a healing light so powerful that it begins to reconstruct your inner world, planting seeds of peace, joy, and renewed purpose where brokenness once dwelled. The act of release is also a deep spiritual awakening, one that requires courage to face your fears, to step into vulnerability, and to trust that God's grace is sufficient to cover every uncertainty. This is why Archangel Michael's presence is critical now, as he stands as your protector and guide, guarding your heart and mind against the whispers of doubt that seek to sabotage your progress. He reminds you that the spiritual battle you face is real, but victory is assured because you are aligned with the will of the Most High. The divine timing of your release is perfect, even if it feels like a mystery now. What feels like delay or struggle is often preparation. God molding your character, refining your faith, and equipping you with strength you never knew you had. You are being prepared for an extraordinary assignment that requires you to be whole, healed, and fearless. The obstacles that seem insurmountable are in fact the gateways to your transformation, each challenge breaking down the old to make way for the new. As you release, you create space for new blessings, new relationships, new opportunities, new revelations that align with your true purpose. Your destiny is intertwined with divine appointments and miracles, many of which will manifest in unexpected ways as soon as you surrender control. This surrender is not a sign of weakness, but the greatest act of strength and faith, signaling to heaven that you trust God's plan over your own understanding. It is in this sacred act that mountains move, chains break, and the impossible becomes possible. The ancestors who came before you, those who walked faithfully despite hardship, are cheering you on from the spirit realm, urging you to persevere, reminding you that you are never alone. Their prayers, their sacrifices, and their unwavering faith are the spiritual foundation upon which your breakthrough is built. As you release what holds you back, you honor their legacy and carry forward their blessings into a new era of your life. Know this: every tear you have shed, every moment of doubt you have endured, has been noted by God and will be transformed into joy and abundance. Your destiny awaits, vibrant and alive, ready to manifest as soon as you say yes to letting go. Step into this divine invitation with a heart full of courage, knowing that the road ahead is illuminated by the light of God's love and the unwavering support of Archangel Michael. Your time to rise is now. Your miracle is unfolding, and your destiny is calling you home. The moment you've been preparing for, the breakthrough that seems just beyond the horizon, is drawing near with unstoppable momentum. And all that remains is for you to release fully what has weighed down your spirit and clouded your vision. Understand that this act of release is not a single event, but a sacred journey that requires patience, self-compassion, and divine trust. Sometimes, the hardest part is to forgive yourself. The mistakes, the missteps, the times you doubted your worth or faltered under pressure. God sees beyond those moments of weakness and calls you now to see yourself as He sees you, radiant, worthy, and deeply loved. You are his beloved creation, and your destiny was crafted with intention and infinite care. When you begin to release, you begin to reclaim the power that was always within you, the power to heal, to grow, to rise. The chains that once bound you begin to dissolve as you surrender them into the hands of God, who transforms pain into purpose and suffering into strength. It is important to remember that every struggle, every tear, every lonely night of prayer has been shaping you into the vessel of divine purpose that you are today. There is a sacredness in your endurance, a holiness in your journey that even angels watch with awe and reverence. Archangel Michael stands beside you, a mighty warrior who fights not just for your protection, but for your destiny to be fulfilled. His sword cuts through the darkness of doubt and fear, clearing the path so you can step boldly into your calling. The spiritual battles you face are fierce, but they are also signs of how close you are to breakthrough. Each challenge is a test of faith, a refining fire that purifies your heart and strengthens your resolve. In these moments, remember that God is not distant or silent. He is present in the whisper of the wind, in the quiet moments of reflection, and in the sudden sparks of insight that light up your soul. He is preparing you for a new chapter, one that is rich with blessings, miracles, and divine encounters. You may not see it yet, but the universe is aligning on your behalf. Doors are opening, unseen hands are guiding you, and your prayers, especially those forgotten or buried deep within, are being answered in ways beyond your imagination. Now is the time to surrender fully, to trust without reservation, and to embrace the unfolding of your destiny with open arms and a fearless heart. Your release is the key that unlocks the next level of your spiritual evolution, and it heralds the arrival of a life marked by purpose, peace, and divine favor. Stand firm in this truth, knowing that you are surrounded by celestial love and power, and that nothing can stand against the plan God has for you. The victory is yours, already won, already assured. If only you choose to let go and let God move mightily on your behalf. The moment has come, and it carries with it a weight and a power that transcends anything you have ever known or imagined. God is calling you to release everything that has held you captive, the doubts that whisper lies in your ear, the fears that freeze your spirit, the hurts that bind your heart in chains of pain and regret, and to step fully into the destiny that has been patiently waiting for you beyond the horizon of your current struggles. This is not a gentle invitation, but a divine command wrapped in infinite love and relentless grace, a call to rise up and reclaim your birthright as a beloved child of the Most High. As you stand on this precipice, trembling between the familiar comfort of old burdens and the vast, untamed promise of freedom, understand that you are not alone. The heavenly hosts gather around you, their voices rising in celestial harmony, proclaiming victory over every shadow that has sought to obscure your light. Archangel Michael himself stands guard, his mighty sword ablaze with the fire of truth, ready to cut through every chain of bondage and every veil of deception that has kept you from walking in your true purpose. The battle may be fierce, but the war is already won. Your tears, your prayers, your faith, they have all been like rivers carving a path through the mountains of impossibility, shaping your soul into a vessel of unshakable strength and divine resilience. Release is not simply about letting go. It is about making space for the miraculous, for the blessings that have been orchestrated in the unseen realms to flood your life with abundance, peace, and joy. It is about surrendering control to the one who holds time and eternity in his hands, trusting that every delay, every heartbreak, every moment of waiting has been meticulously woven into the tapestry of your triumph. The chains of regret and bitterness that once seemed so permanent will shatter like glass beneath the feet of your faith, and you will rise like a phoenix, clothed in the glory of redemption and new beginnings. The spiritual forces that have opposed you will be confounded, for they cannot stand against the power of a soul fully surrendered to God's will. This is your season of breakthrough, your time to shine brighter than ever before, to walk boldly in the path that God has carved especially for you, filled with purpose and divine destiny. As you release what no longer serves you, you invite a wave of healing energy to wash over your entire being, mind, body, and spirit, restoring every broken place and igniting the fire of passion and purpose that was always meant to burn within you. Remember that every prayer you have whispered in secret, every tear shed in silence, every act of faith, even when it felt like nothing was changing, has been recorded in the heavens and is now manifesting in ways that will astound you. The miracles are coming, the doors are opening, and your life is being transformed from the inside out. Do not cling to the past out of fear or habit. Do not allow the voices of doubt to steal the promise that God has spoken over your future. Instead, stand firm in the truth that you are chosen, you are loved beyond measure, and your destiny is glorious beyond what you can currently see. Let go with courage, with faith, with unwavering hope, for on the other side of this release lies the life you have longed for, the life of joy, fulfillment, and divine purpose that awaits you like a radiant dawn after the darkest night. This is your moment. Embrace it fully and watch as God moves mountains, parts seas, and makes a way where there seemed to be no way. Your destiny is not just waiting. It is actively unfolding, and nothing can stop the power of God working in and through you. So release, beloved child of God. Release fully and watch as the heavens erupt in celebration over your faith and obedience. The victory, the breakthrough, the miracle, it is all yours now and forevermore. The moment has arrived for you to understand the profound power that lies within the act of releasing, a sacred and transformative surrender that will unlock the doors to your divine destiny in ways you never imagined possible. This is not simply about letting go of old habits or past regrets. It is about embracing a deep spiritual renewal that reconnects you with the very essence of God's purpose for your life. Imagine the heaviness that is pressed down on your spirit, the invisible chains woven from fears, doubts, and limiting beliefs, beginning to dissolve as you choose freedom over bondage, faith over fear, and hope over despair. Archangel Michael stands with you in this spiritual battle, wielding his mighty sword to cut through every obstacle, every block, every shadow that has tried to dim your light or steer you off course. You're not alone in this. The heavenly realms are actively intervening, aligning circumstances and people to assist you as you step into your true path. The release you are called to perform is a sacred act of trust. Trust in the unseen workings of divine providence that are always at work, even when the path seems unclear or the waiting feels long. It is the faith to move forward without knowing every detail, confident that every step is guided and every moment is orchestrated by a loving God who knows the desires of your heart better than you do yourself. This release also involves forgiving, whether it be forgiving others who have hurt you or forgiving yourself for the mistakes and missteps you carry. Forgiveness is not weakness. It is the key that frees your spirit to soar and your heart to heal. As you forgive, you dismantle the walls that have separated you from the abundant life waiting beyond. God's promise to you is that the future that awaits is far greater than any past pain or present difficulty. The seeds of your destiny have been planted through your trials, and now it is time for them to bloom. Doors that seemed forever closed will open wide. Opportunities will come that exceed your wildest dreams, and your purpose will unfold with clarity and passion. This is your season of breakthrough, the dawning of a new chapter where you will walk in alignment with your divine mission, impacting lives and shining light in places of darkness. Archangel Michael's presence assures you that no weapon formed against you will prosper, and no fear or doubt has the power to stop the unfolding of God's plan for you. You are being prepared for greatness, and this preparation requires release, a release that is both an act of faith and a declaration of victory. Hold fast to this truth. When you release what holds you back, you step into the fullness of your identity as a beloved child of God, empowered, anointed, and destined for extraordinary things. So rise now with confidence and courage. Release the past with grace and walk boldly into the future that God has lovingly prepared. Your destiny is not just waiting. It is rushing toward you with unstoppable momentum, ready to transform your life and bless the world through you. This is your divine moment to shine, to fulfill your purpose, and to experience the abundant life that God has promised since the beginning of time. Trust in His timing, embrace the release, and prepare to receive the magnificent blessings that await you just ahead.